Bouncy and the Secret Mummy of the Desert. In the heart of an endless golden sea of sand, where the sun blazed like a fiery crown, and whispers of ancient secrets danced on the wind, Bouncy found himself tumbling into the greatest adventure of his life. Far from his lush forest home, where trees whispered lullabies and acorns rained like treasures, Bouncy had chased a shimmering mirage, a promise of untold wonders. But as the dunes rose like giants around Bouncy, Bouncy realized he was lost in the vast, unforgiving desert. What hidden perils lurked beneath the shifting sands, and what forgotten guardian from a time long past would awaken to change Bouncy's fate forever? Little did Bouncy know, this journey would unravel mysteries older than the pyramids themselves, testing Bouncy's bounces, Bouncy's bravery, and Bouncy's boundless curiosity. The full story. Once upon a time, in a world where animals roamed free and magic lingered in the shadows of history, Bouncy lived in a vibrant forest bursting with life. Bouncy was a bundle of energy, with fluffy orange fur, bright green eyes that sparkled with mischief, and a tail that twitched like a spring ready to launch. Bouncy's favorite pastime? Bouncing from branch to branch, singing silly songs and spinning in joyful circles. Sing and spin, that's how adventures begin. Bouncy would chirp to Bouncy's forest friends. One crisp morning, while foraging for nuts, Bouncy stumbled upon an old, dusty map hidden under a pile of leaves. The map depicted a distant land of towering pyramids, endless sands, and a glowing treasure marked with a mysterious symbol, a coiled serpent guarding a golden eye. Wowza! This looks like the ultimate bounce-worthy quest, Bouncy exclaimed, Bouncy's eyes widening. Ignoring warnings from Bouncy's wise owl neighbor about the dangers of the unknown, Bouncy packed a tiny backpack with acorns and set off, bouncing across rivers and hills until the green gave way to golden dunes. As the sun climbed high, the desert revealed its harsh beauty. Waves of sand stretched infinitely, mirages shimmered like teasing ghosts, and the air hummed with the distant call of winds. Bouncy bounced tirelessly, but soon Bouncy's paws grew heavy under the scorching heat. Phew! This is hotter than a squirrel's summer sprint, Bouncy panted, spotting a cluster of palm trees in the distance, an oasis. Racing toward it, Bouncy plunged into the cool water, splashing and spinning with delight. There, Bouncy met Sandy, with sandy brown fur, long eyelashes, and a perpetual grin. "Hey there, Bouncy! What brings Bouncy to Sandy's sandy backyard?" Sandy asked, chewing on a thorny bush. "Bouncy is on a treasure hunt. See this map? It leads to pyramids and secrets," Bouncy replied, unfurling the parchment. Sandy's eyes lit up. "Pyramids, eh? Those old stone piles are full of riddles and riches. But beware, the desert doesn't give up its secrets easily. Hop on Sandy's back, Sandy will hump Bouncy there." Together, Bouncy and Sandy traversed the dunes, sharing stories. Sandy told tales of ancient pharaohs who built monuments to the stars, while Bouncy sang upbeat tunes to keep Bouncy and Sandy's spirits high. But as night fell, a fierce sandstorm whipped up, blinding Bouncy and Sandy with swirling grains. "Hold on tight!" Sandy yelled as Bouncy and Sandy hunkered down behind a rock. In the chaos, Bouncy's map flew away, carried off by the wind. When the storm cleared, Bouncy and Sandy found themselves at the base of a massive pyramid. Its stones, etched with faded hieroglyphs glowing faintly under the moonlight. "This must be it," Bouncy whispered in awe. Curiosity overriding caution, Bouncy bounced up the steps and squeezed through a narrow crack into the pyramid's dark interior. Inside, torches flickered to life as if by magic, illuminating walls painted with scenes of gods and beasts. Bouncy's bounces echoed through the chambers until Bouncy reached a grand hall. There, on a pedestal, lay a sarcophagus wrapped in linen bandages. As Bouncy approached, a soft groan echoed and the lid creaked open. Out stepped Mimi, with glowing blue eyes peeking from her unraveling bandages, adorned with golden amulets and a crown of faded jewels. Mimi wasn't scary. Mimi's bandages fluttered like playful ribbons, and Mimi's voice was warm like a grandmother's hug. "Who disturbs Mimi's eternal nap?" Mimi boomed, then softened upon seeing Bouncy. "Bouncy? In Mimi's pyramid? How intriguing!" Bouncy trembled but stood tall. "Bouncy is Bouncy. Bouncy is here for adventure, not trouble. What's Mimi's story, Mimi?" Mimi chuckled, Mimi's bandages twirling. "Mimi is Mimi, protector of the Pharaoh's wisdom. Mimi has slumbered for millennia, guarding secrets from greedy souls. But Bouncy has the spark of a true explorer. Join Mimi, and perhaps Bouncy and Mimi will uncover the desert's greatest treasure together." "Excited," Bouncy agreed, and Bouncy, Sandy, and Mimi's first adventure began. The Riddle of the Sphinx. Mimi led Bouncy and Sandy to a hidden chamber where a stone sphinx statue guarded a door. "To pass, solve my riddle. What walks on 4 legs in the morning, 2 at noon, and 3 in the evening?" The sphinx rumbled. Bouncy pondered, bouncing in thought. "A human. Baby crawls on 4, adult on 2, old with a cane on 3. The door swung open, revealing a tunnel lined with glowing crystals. Deeper in, Bouncy, Sandy and Mimi faced the trial of the shifting sands, a room where the floor turned to quicksand. Mimi used Mimi's bandages like ropes to swing across, while Bouncy bounced from pillar to pillar, rescuing Sandy. "Teamwork makes the dream work," Bouncy cheered. Bouncy, Sandy and Mimi's next adventure took Bouncy, Sandy and Mimi outside the pyramid into the Valley of the Kings, where Bouncy, Sandy and Mimi encountered a mischievous band of desert foxes led by Foxy, a sly fox with reddish fur, piercing yellow eyes, and a bushy tail tipped in white. Foxy tried to steal Mimi's amulet, thinking it held power, but Bouncy's quick bounces outsmarted Foxy. Instead of fighting, Bouncy, Sandy and Mimi befriended Foxy, who revealed a map to a lost oasis guarded by a magical scarab beetle. En route, a massive sand dune avalanche threatened to bury Bouncy, Sandy, Mimi and Foxy. Bouncy spun in circles to create a whirlwind, diverting the sand, while Mimi chanted ancient spells to stabilize the ground. At the lost oasis, Bouncy, Sandy, Mimi, and Foxy met Shiny, an iridescent beetle with emerald wings and golden legs, who challenged Bouncy, Sandy, Mimi, and Foxy to a game of wits. Arrange glowing stones into a constellation pattern. Succeeding, Bouncy, Sandy, Mimi, and Foxy unlocked a fountain of eternal water, quenching the desert's thirst and earning Shiny's alliance. But danger loomed a rival explorer, a greedy vulture named Vortex, with black feathers, sharp beak, and glowing red eyes, sought the same treasure. Vortex ambushed Bouncy, Sandy, Mimi, Foxy, and Shiny in a canyon, summoning a swarm of scarabs to attack. In an epic chase, Bouncy bounced off canyon walls. Mimi unraveled Mimi's bandages to lasso Vortex. Sandy charged like a bull. Foxy used tricks to confuse the swarm, and Shiny's light blinded the foes, turning the tide. Finally, Bouncy, Sandy, Mimi, Foxy, and Shiny reached the heart of the desert, the chamber of eternal stars, hidden beneath a dune. Inside, the treasure wasn't gold. It was a celestial map showing how ancient Egyptians aligned pyramids with the stars, symbolizing harmony between earth and sky. Mimi explained, "True treasure is knowledge, friendship, and the courage to explore." As dawn broke, Bouncy bid farewell to Sandy, Mimi, Foxy, and Shiny, bouncing home with tales to tell. But the desert's call lingered, promising more adventures under the endless sands. And so, Bouncy learned that the greatest journeys aren't about what Bouncy finds, but who Bouncy becomes along the way. Sing and spin, friends, the adventure never ends.